Whoop, whoop, throw it up, Bearcats. It's Sunday. We're here. We're hanging. We're chilling. It's time for some TNA, pal. Tonight, we will be doing a replay watch-along of this Friday's PLE event, or this past Friday's PLE event. Turning point. So let's go ahead. Let's get it started. Whoop, whoop. And of course, we'll be doing, since the PLE is at 1.5 times speed, because that's long as shit. And I need to get to work on punching up Impact. So I got two of them to get through. So let's get it. Whoop, whoop. In fact, while they're doing that, I'm going to get the tweet out, pal. Right here at TNA, there ain't no knock off. Randy Kazarian, Mike Santana, turning points. Have a look at it all over that building. This is about turning point. This is about to get smoking if you got one more time. So hopefully, what we see is really at the top of their game. Continue to show the world what it means. As turning point, I am going to defeat Nick Nevis and become new world champion. It's never just any of them. It's going to be the entire system right behind. I know all you care about. What this system is power. It's power. He does what he does best. Show. It stays your TNA watching. TNA Wrestling is live, and we are sold out WrestleCade in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Thank you for joining us on this Thanksgiving weekend. TNA Wrestling presents the 19th edition of Turning Point. We are kicking everything off here tonight with the one, the only, the realest. Don't fall far from the trees of depression that is history. It's me, I fight to the light at the end of the tunnel of the little peach tree. The enemy of left hand, right hook, fear and knees. I'm reminded that we all gotta kill the weak mind, the real side, and get up and boost the boost. Give me Mike Santana, pal. It was just last week on TNA Impact that Mike Santana was making his intentions to go into it. He's out to capture the TNA World Championship, and in his words, he said, "It's time for me to take this role." He watched himself as king of TNA. What's the old crazy kind of king? But that's not his. I hope Mike Santana's going to say things are real, by the way. Because he's the real king of TNA. Mike Santana's the only person. Dude, at 1.5 times speed, like, you can get to Santana's theme, pal. Some good shit. You even cast this theme, man. From the top people position, as you mentioned in the chase, the TNA World Championship, and Santana looks ready to go. Kazarian taking his sweet time. Well, Kazarian was pretty much put into this match under duress. To get Floyd into the match, he wasn't on the schedule. Like Frankie Kazarian texted me the schedule. Yeah, the TNA management had said he was not going to have a match tonight. What's that? Santana's out here politicking play and to get matches with the king. That's all I'm politicking. It was a strong term. Like Santana was looking for an opportunity, but Frankie Kazarian in his place, he requested a matchup as he was supposed to do, and he got it. Well, look, I mean, like Santana's got everything in the game. If you imagine beating the Color Shot Gauntlet winner, a man is number one contender, de facto number one contender
in his own right, I should say. King of TNA, he gets a win tonight. That's a huge win for Mike Santana. Also,
man, that's kind of weird. They're doing this at WrestleCade. That's kind of a bit of a smaller crowd than they've been doing these events at. What's up, Lab Rat? Get me Moose, pal. We need him. Definitely need to see some. Wait a minute. Is the X Division title on the line tonight? I don't remember. Yeah, but they're basically kind of performing at basically like a weekend convention type thing. So it's like it's more of a convention center that they're at than an actual arena or an actual like proper venue. So the very least, at least this place is, standing room only, packed. So at least they got that going.
Everybody will be paying attention to the outcome of that world title match, especially these two. Anybody. Santana by the ball, toss him outside the ring. Super kick to Kasarian, sending him into the barricade. Might have lost some teeth on that one. Hot damn. Of course you would be. Absolute heathen. Look out now. Guillotine leg drop there. Classic.
Whoop, whoop.
Legend of TNA. Mike Santana saw an opportunity to shop a Frankie Kazarian. Yes, if you put away Frankie Kazarian and TNA original, legend, then yes, it's going to build your resume. It's a great opportunity for Mike Santana. He's not cutting any corners.
Good match so far.
Kazarian will turn around another cover. Santana's got to be careful. Kazarian and the shoulder down. Santana saying it. Good job trying to pull on that. From Santana. Belly back suplex, our referee patrons of all, going to check on both combatants here. This is our opening matchup. Santana's got hands for you here. Still shot by Santana. Defeated Moose. This is battle for glory. It's a huge step for Santana, as you mentioned before the match. And every single member of the system moves to that puzzle. Santana with a lot of support here tonight at WrestleCade. Kazarian outside of the ropes. Dangerous territory out here on the apron.
Like I know you guys have heard Al Snow talk about like the shine of the match. Here's what the shine was taught to me. It was explained to me that the shine's purpose is to establish who is babyface and who is heel. And I think so far they're doing a good job of doing that here. You had a sequence of Santana continuing to get the better of Frankie Kazarian. There's a dip in there where Kazarian looks like he's on top, and then Santana takes it right back. And then you have Kazarian do the dirty cutoff. Granted, I would have done something different than a apron DDT in the opening of, the beginning of the match, but that's just me.
This is Frankie Kazarian's ball game. Now Kaz is in firm control. Ball going to the chipping wing, to your point. Santana backed him into the corner, trying to break this thing up the hard way. Kazarian still holding on, however, and finally breaks. So five answers here and there. Santana went up to meet him. Kazarian will report that for just a moment. Oh, for the top. The relentlessness of Mike Santana pays off there in a big way. Both men
So far, like, very simple, basic match, but it's working and the crowd's with it. Which I'm sure both guys are thinking, like, okay, we're opening the show, and you want to go in this long, keep it simple, sweet, night off.
From Santana, but not enough to put the king down. Right hand by Kazarian. Let's go fight lefty Kaz here. There's the cover off the DVD and the kick out. Beautiful counter from Mike Santana. Can't take that away from him at all, but still can't get the job done.
Like you hear the expression of, like, there are some guys who just make it look effortless. Yeah, because to them it is. Like, they're that good without having to try.
Twisting neckbreaker there by Kazarian. Trying to tuck the arm. Oh, and a kick out there by Santana. Was indeed a kick out. That one was a late one. Let's and let's life. Showing through for Mike Santana here. At some point, something's got to give. Oh, going for the chicken wing. This could be it right here. Oh, Santana. They put counter. Kazarian in the corner. Look at the lineup. Santana. Look for that DDT. Suplex. Hold on. Oh, Kazarian's starting to kick out. This is the offense, the twisting neck breaker off the top rope. Cover. Oh, and Kazarian is silly. What a sequence there by Santana.
Yeeting point, pal. Whoop, whoop. What's up, Gam? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, pal.
You can see the elbow has been removed. I think Santana's thinking about the STB. Time to spin the block. Frustration is building by Santana. Can't take it. Cover.
Okay, this finishing sequence is not really that simple, but it's a good, effective one.
Oh, wait a minute now. Kazarian trying to set up a fade to black to end this thing. Santana felt it coming. Oh, they can find great club wrestling here. Slide. They'll get back up to his feet to look at that knee strike. Look at Santana.
Awesome finish. Awesome finish. That was good. I like that. Like, everything flowed and made sense. Like, it didn't feel like they were doing shit for doing shit. Like, when he did the pop-up and hit him with the knee, like, okay, like, you're in position for me to hit you with the knee. At least I can, like, hit you with the knee and get you where I want you to hit the finish.
Of course, it's that, which means a humiliating night for someone as Joe Hendry, Eric Young, Hammerstone, Brian Myers, and John Skyler compete to not win an infinite turkey suit. Also, we will have championship action tonight. The X Division champion.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We got Moose and Laredo Kid, pal. Whoop, whoop. You want to come in, buddy? Sorry, my deck is right outside my window. And, like, my son, when my dog wants to come in, he'll communicate with me like, hey, I want to come in. It's now the Moose PLE, pal. Whoop, whoop.
So what I'm going to do is beat the living hell out of you. Take your mask, give it to my 6-year-old kid, just for the hell of it. And when you go back to AAA or Laredo, Texas, or wherever the hell you're from, it's all your family and friends.
Dude, I like the idea of Moose trying to elevate the X Division title as, like, the title of the company. I like that angle and story they're going with. You ready to come in, buddy? I'll be right back, guys. 1 second.
That's all coming later tonight, but right now the Thanksgiving tradition continues as the Turkey Bowl match with Joe Hendry, Eric Young, Hammerstone, Rhino, Brian Myers, and Skyler compete. The loser has to wear the infamous turkey suit.
This is the annual Thanksgiving Turkey Bowl match. The competitor who is pinned must adorn this festive turkey suit, or they will be fired.
The first TNA Turkey Bowl match went down 17 years ago. This is the 10th ever TNA Turkey Bowl match.
Back, guys. Turkey suit time, pal. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, and he's also a Husky, too, and it just snowed yesterday. So he's loving that. Whoop, whoop.
You can learn for a long time. You can learn for a long time.
Oh, dude, he's loving it, man. He loves it when it snows.
Eric Young has been trying to show that one.
All right, well, we got all these entrances going on. I'm going to enjoy some of this Raising Cane's, pal. Yeah, it is kind of bad, but I kind of have to think because of the venue they're in. They kind of had to scale it because it's a way smaller venue. They had to scale it back. Like I think this is kind of more of a you don't really have the space to do it.
It was 2 weeks ago on his that Joe Hendrick defeated Ryan Bennett. Ever since now, the Royal Toby Briggs has said he's willing to do whatever it takes to get back to the TNA World Championship. He is up in the bottom. Always lost to several six that he made 2 weeks ago. In this season, he only defeated 6 opponents.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna blow through that tomorrow at some point. I just need as much time as possible to get through to get the punching up done. Whoop whoop. Why don't I put the phone right here so we get more of the lighting? Oh yeah, there we go, pal. That's better. We'll start doing that from now on. Hey, maybe off this side a little bit. Oh, that's better. That's way better. I like that. Okay, cool.
Today, says John Skyler. Myers went in there to break things up. Every minute of this matchup, of course, wants to score the victory. Junior wrestling here at TNA Wrestling. You never know what opportunities are director of authority.
And this is actually kind of intriguing. The only kind of intrigue in this is that you really don't know who's going under because you have a lot of people who could believably be the ones who lose. In a weird way, is that the psychology of this match that they're trying to make? They're trying to kind of do a reversal of, instead of wondering who wins, you're going into this wondering who loses.
Emerson looks like he's sustained some sort of injury, perhaps to his left leg. Now Eric Young continuing on with Hammerstone. Hammerstone's in the drop kick by Young. There's a cover. Shoulders down. What a power out there by Hammerstone. Hammerstone getting out of the ring.
Like, that's a selling point. Who ends up in the turkey suit? Teamwork here from Brian Myers and John Skyler. Pretty sure John Skyler and Jason Hodges backed up Brian Myers. It's happened. Yeah, I remember that one too, but I'm sure they don't want to mention his name.
He's got himself back into the ring. Today, this matchup, remember though, it's one ball to a finish. This is not elimination. So while you can take out some key players, we're going to have to get one person for a decision. Hammerstone trying to gut his way through this.
Skyler's got it, pal. No, we don't.
Second, took advantage. That's the veteran instinct of Eric Young. Hammerstone taking him off his perch, and Hammerstone directing traffic for Myers and Skyler. Oh, to your point, Tom, the threat everybody sees here, but wait a second. Hammerstone maybe having a different idea here. Oh my God.
Give me the Tower of Doom, pal.
Sliding inside. Skyler, Myers, and Young. Top turnbuckle, down goes Henry. Look at this. In the corner, they got Joe Rando. Rando. Goes Hammerstone. Now it's Rhino taking over and playing. It's everybody. Plenty of carnage in TNA's tradition.
Time out! Time out! It's all speculation. We don't know.
It's avoiding humiliation. But if you're Joe Hendrick, final resolution is on the horizon. TNA Genesis is continuing.
I support bullying in certain situations. Dude, and in a weird way, I do kind of, like, after meeting some people, I'm like, wow, you really should have gotten bullied in school because that actually would have been good for you. Turn this plane around. I will not abandon my crew. Turn this plane around.
And now Hendrick trying to close this out. They score another win. They got a standing ovation. Oh,
don't go chasing waterfalls. Please stick to the rivers and the lakes like you used to.
Close this one out. Rhino's been firing off in this another goal. And a stick by Myers. That's how it's done. The professional way. Taking out the TNA Hall of Famer. And now Myers. Laser focus on Skyler. Hold on a second. Wait. No, not right there. Just going to turn soon.
Injury. That ball, Ronnie Myers off the door. Not a turkey suit.
Whoop, whoop. All right, so Joe Hendry pins Brian Myers. And of course, it would make sense that Eric Young is in the ring too because he's worn the turkey suit himself.
One of these guys will finish over. Get Eric Young out of there. Get Rhino out of there.
We believe, pal.
This is adding injury to injury. This is it. This is the I don't want
Here, I like this because here's an interesting direction they can go with this. Brian Myers can now have heat in the system.
This is the most disgusting thing you've seen in 15 years of professional wrestling. Serious voice. This is unfortunate. The Thanksgiving tradition continues. It's a Thanksgiving massacre. Joe Hendrick scores an important win. Brian Myers is humiliated. Right now, it's it was all on.
Ooh, this is really bad production. I can't.
Look, we already have something in mind. It's a shame. All those that we lost couldn't be here to celebrate with us. We found something. We found something to fill the void yet. Door. Masha. Who can sing the blues I saw? Yeah. Like Jordan Grace, Masha Savage, between them all. And shiny, shiny pride. What? We'll take it.
Yeah, like I can't hear. I can't hear anything. I can barely hear her all over the crowd.
Right now, it is time for our first championship matchup of the evening as the X Division champion Moose defends the title against Laredo Kid here at Turning Point. Rosemary making it clear she's focused on the Knockouts World Championship match later on tonight, but right now, these are the X Factors. This is Moose's first defense of the X Division championship right here in TNA. Laredo Kid had attacked Moose and JDC with a steel chair to protect Leon Slater. Last week on Impact, Moose went as far as to demand this matchup. We're going to finish close, and we're going to defend his title.
But it's interesting. I'm interested in where they're going with Rosemary because like when when Rosemary talks about knowing the Rosemary character, that can mean like that could be different things. Like that could be, it could be her just kind of flipping out and having multiple personalities. That could be like her teasing other people coming in. Who knows? The thing is with her and her character, there's different things that we can infer from that, which is a good thing when it comes to character development. Yeah, for real, pal. Get a lease on that shit. Dude, Moose's theme's even more badass sped up.
He's the reigning and defending TNA champion, Moose.
I like that Lish is coming out with Moose.
Simply wearing that championship adds that prestige. I've said it before, I'll say it again, the signature division of TNA wrestling is now led by its signature athlete. The Moose prepared to defend his X Division championship against Laredo Kid tonight here. Sold out WrestleMania Rich in Salem, North Carolina. Making his way to the ring, that's the way the system has rolled throughout 2024. You argue the 2024 as the longest for the system. I think this much argument can be made in the other way. There's no doubt about it. The system runs. Episode of TNA Impact was all on live pay-per-views and local TNA special. Check out TNA Wrestling on YouTube. Visit youtube.com/TNA. That is what it is all about. The Jesus championship. It's about winning, but it's about no limits. And Laredo Kid is going to have to be limitless here, I guess, much larger Moose. Prime example of the type of athlete that pushes.
Yeah, I want that back too, pal, but it did kind of run the risk of getting old and stale, and I think they cut it off at the right time. Championship in Vegas in April. His first championship win here at TNA. Someone who has so much talent, so much ability. Any given night could be his night, but Moose is going to give him 16. And there's a good first example. Laredo Kid launched to the out. Trying to clear a path for destruction. Oh my God! Laredo Kid's carcass just shifted every single barricade on that side of the ring. Got a 5 here. Coming to only 2 teams. They call it submission in the ring, not the disqualification. Got a 7, and now Moose tosses Laredo Kid back inside. And now that Moose has been world champion and X Division champion, now kayfabe, he would have a reason to want to be a tag team champion. Now I can be Grand Slam. Wait, wasn't Moose actually a grand champion at one point? Let me go check. I'm going to double check that real quick. Right to the face by Moose. Absolutely leveling the challenger there. System showed absolutely no sportsmanship following that tag team matchup last week on Impact with Slater and GDC to get the win. Oh, yeah. So, yep, the only belt he's missing is the tag belts. And if he gets the tag belts or becomes a tag team champion, he becomes a Grand Slam. So, yeah, that would actually be that's a story you could tell there. That would help get the tag belts over.
Well, disrespect begets disrespect. Laredo Kid learned that the hard way.
Last I checked, it still is. But I could see the Moose character doing something where it's like, nah, fuck option C. I'm going to make this belt bigger than the world title. like make it like I could see them doing a story where like Moose wants to like, ooh, I just thought of something. What if Moose is like, nah, that's the TNA World Title is option C for me and the X Division title. That's a story you could. I think that'd be a good story.
Using the bulk of the referee's 5 count there. Moose distracting the official. Now Alicia Edwards again trying to rivet the match. But in the process, driving Laredo Kid throat first into the rope. Laredo Kid outnumbered here. You always are when the system is in play. Oh. Wait a second.
Dude, that'd be pretty cool.
Shot by Moose puts down Laredo Kid. Ready for that. Fighting spirit.
That would be pretty cool. And it basically takes 2 pissed off rosters to beat him in the system. Oh, dude, have the system running roughshod all over NXT and taking all their belts too.
Could that be the opening Laredo Kid needs to get this done, to pull off the miracle? Laredo Kid's been circling the Exhibition Championship the last few months. He was an ultimate X for the championship in emergence. Nearly became #1. But this would be considered an upset if Laredo Kid takes on Moose. Picking up the wrist once again. Oh, wait a minute. Moose is too big and strong.
The only problem with this match is that we know what the outcome's going to be.
Laredo Kid scaling the ropes here. Could be thinking Spanish Fly. He's won so many matches with that before. But can he capitalize? Finally in the cover. Finally step the left shoulder up in time, and maybe those precious seconds cost Laredo Kid. At the very last second.
Yeah, Moose kicking out of Laredo Kid's finish, that makes sense because it's Moose and Laredo Kid. I mean,
confidence of the X Division champion. One for good. Another spear by Moose. A definite statement by X Division champion.
And still, TNA X Division champion, Moose.
Decent match, but nothing really special. Just a chance for us to see Moose, pal. And thank you, TNA, for letting us get to see him. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Chicken time. Oh, man, delicious chicken. That's the end of part 1, pals. We're going to part 2. And, of course, 1.5 times speed. Whoop, whoop.
We have not seen this version of Steve Macklin in well over a year here. So the slowest momentum forward in Trace was a barbed wire massacre with a motivational victory in World Last year, where he was able for 2 years ago rather than get a victory back. Steve Macklin lives by the phrase, remember, you must die. He believes he prepared to go to that extent. So both down Josh Alexander. There's no doubt time and time again we've seen Macklin push himself.
Dude, good babyface reaction from Macklin.
And he's learned to reach those same depths if necessary. This is a notice walk patience matchup and moving into so first man to get hit forward using in the ring is your winner.
I'm liking this version of Macklin. Like, I felt like Macklin's showing a lot more personality and character as this new babyface version of himself.
Slug it out to start this thing off. And now Macklin charging at Alexander. Years of frustration.
And Josh Alexander's like, he's really stepped it up as a character since he turned heel.
Around the waist of Josh Alexander, at the time the longest reigning TNA World Champion of all time. Josh Alexander suffered torn left tricep. In 2023, was supposed to relinquish the championship before he and Macklin could battle Rebellion that year. Macklin would go on to win the vacant TNA World Championship at Rebellion. And a point that Alexander has brought up multiple times is how brief that title reign was for Macklin. Well, Josh wanted to point out not only all of that business you just talked about there, but the year prior to that Rebellion match, Macklin had been scouting Alexander. He had been scouting his target. The target he's got in his sights right here, right now at Turning Point. And Alexander's made a point that basically...
Man, I really think... what's his nuts? Matthew Raywald, he's low-key like a great fucking announcer, like play-by-play guy, because like he can just... He adds so he knows so much about the characters and the stories they've been and angles they've been involved in. He can pull stuff out and add context to stuff and make things mean more. Like, WWE should be looking to pick him back up, in my opinion. Whoop, whoop, what's up, Gruss? Good to see you, pal. We just watching some Turning Point. Giggity, giggity. We're on Macklin and Alexander. Watching at the 1.5 times speed, pal. And the announcers are clarifying that that pre-tape or that vignette we saw was inside Macklin's head. He really does, Lab Rat. Like, he comes across like a Canadian Kurt Angle, which in the same way he's also making it his own, which works. I like it. It's good shit, pal. Yeah, it did. It did. Joe Hendry and Eric Young forced Brian Myers into it.
Alexander continues to punish Macklin after the early flurry. Now Macklin responds with a German suplex on his own. But still, the inflicted punishment of nearly 7 or 8, if you lost count, of those German suplexes to Mack still being felt. 15 off on Alexander. Off of the ropes, Macklin went for the big close. Oh my God, I believe Macklin said neck first into the middle rope. Almost a loosely gripped German suplex there. Josh Alexander, but for Macklin. Both men rolling out of the ring. Just breathing.
Yeah, I think this show is going to be a learning lesson for TNA's production crew of learning how to adapt to your scenario to try to do the best job possible. It's kind of trial by fire for them right here, I would guess. Yeah, AJ Styles did such a good job with that. He set the standard.
Alexander, dangerous situation here, close quarters. We're sold out at WrestleCade tonight in Winston, Salem, North Carolina. We're turning point. Packed in all around us. And a small thing I want to point out to the fans at home. I mean, there are no mats around the ring in our building here tonight. That's a thin layer of carpet on the concrete for these guys. This is a dangerous bit of territory. Well, now Macklin, Macklin, a tailbone first into the floor. And again, you heard there was no give. There wasn't much noise because it was nothing but solid concrete. Now it is the walking weapon who once again has designs on the timber. Maybe was trying to set up for a power bomb there. Oh, that's out trying to put the timber. Macklin with a surge of energy there, able to toss the walking weapon right through the table, perhaps turning around his fortunes in this no disqualification matchup. Remember, the only way to win is via pinfall or submission in the ring. And what the hell is Macklin looking for now? More instruments of destruction. Again, it's pretty damn clear. Anything goes.
Get me milk bag, pal. In fact, get me 2 of them.
Frustration over Josh Alexander. Is he going to let that take over like we've seen it done in the past? End up costing him when it's necessary. We did see that following Bound for Glory. That's what caused some issues between Eric Young and Steve Macklin. See, when hop in his truck and meet and get away from things for a while. But that frustration, that rage, that drove Macklin to go absolutely crazy. Go after Alexander in a tag team match not long ago. Which makes this match all the more a little piece of poetic justice. This doesn't have to sound familiar, Tom. Once upon a time. Oh, wait a minute. Go for the ankle lock. Go for the ankle lock here on Macklin. Locked in. Oh, and this time Macklin's team hands up some time behind his back. Resourceful of Macklin to go right for the trash can and break that up. That was smart. You see Macklin dealing with some pain already in that left ankle.
This has been a good match so far.
That's the effectiveness of Josh Alexander. Oh my God. Macklin jumps into the apron. Bounce off the hardest part of the ring there. Macklin jumped into the rubble of that broken table on the outside.
I would say Macklin has to go over in this. Like, he should be the one who goes over, unless the only finish that would, to me, in my mind, that would make sense for put Alexander over is you basically do the Bret Austin WrestleMania 13 finish.
Frustrated emotions, and he's putting those to work right here tonight against Macklin. Referee Daniel Spencer checking on Macklin to make sure he can continue, and now he steel trash can to the spot. Oh, the ribs.
Where, like, Macklin is just beaten, so, like, you know, he's put to a point where, like, he just can't go. He passes out, and the ref's like, "No, we're done."
Rage that has overcome Steve Macklin safely set for Josh Alexander. Wait. Take it off here. Oh, the crossbody to the back of Macklin, trapped inside the trash can. Alexander putting his body at risk there too, but put more pain on that one.
Which would actually work for his character. They're getting over the whole thing of him being like a soldier going into war ready to die. So that would actually get the character over.
Alexander stalking his target in Macklin here. Oh. It's not often, and only a few times I can remember when you see Macklin in this level of peril, of pain, of this level of disadvantage. Macklin's been in these extreme circumstances. I mentioned Barbed Wire Massacre. He's been in Monsters Ball. Hell, he's been in a foxhole in Afghanistan. He understands what it's like.
Get me a door, pal. Door work in TNA. Whoop, whoop.
Introducing more hard Macklin had an answer for it. Macklin drop kicking the door into Josh Alexander. A little glimmer of life here for Macklin. And dare I say, a little bit of a sick, twisted smirk. That was Macklin thinking about it here. You saw that smirk on his face. Oh, it's a tactics elbow. Right through the door, through the Josh Alexander on the floor there. Putting every piece of his body on the line in this one. You can feel the frustration in every single hit.
This is true. A door is better than a toilet seat. I will not disagree with that.
And now Macklin getting Alexander back inside the ring. Alexander slides out, trying to avoid Macklin here. Dangerous situation. Oh no. Along the post in that left angle. Smashed into the steel post. And now look at Alexander go to work. That's the angle. Alexander attacks with the ankle lock earlier on. Oh! Just obliterating that leg. That is Alexander at his deadliest. Smart, calculated, laser targeted. And now Macklin trying to put some distance between Alexander and that knee. And Josh Alexander has flipped the switch. Now staring Macklin to hit him. You can see Macklin trying to go for a swing his plant leg down with that left leg injured. This is the game Josh Alexander's been trying to play this entire match. And now Macklin already made sure that Macklin had both hands sit tight behind his back. And now Macklin's fighting on basically one damn leg. Let's not forget what the Northern Armory did in the fight. Oh, Eric Young.
Good match so far.
Now, something else on the mind of Josh Alexander here as he's setting up two of these chairs. Now we're coming down hard on the knee of Macklin here. The game plan is clear. To break him all the way down, and I have to imagine that ankle lock will be back into play. Macklin did not tap out to the ankle lock. He passed out. Oh, God. Not this. Trying to set out Macklin. Thinking about a pile driver into the steel chairs. Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, slam into the chairs. Nasty landing for Alexander. The chairs go flying. Alexander is laid out.
My only complaint is they could have come up with a different counter that didn't require Macklin to post on his leg that they were doing all that heat on.
I believe there was a good chance he maybe could put the match away there, but yes, to your point, did not even stand, little throw over to get the cover, but he's back on his feet to fight. For how long with one good leg?
I think it's time to pack another bowl for some smoky toki time, pal. Whoop, whoop.
Backbreaker by Macklin. But can he push through the pain? He has a huge opening here. But can he take advantage? Trying to hook Alexander for the KI, and the walking weapon felt it coming. Oh. Remember the walking weapon. As much as he's been through this matchup, too, he's got two good legs, he's got two good wheels. Wait over the steel chair, Macklin ducks underneath. Takes the chair. Wait a minute. Oh, the psycho knee through the chair into Alexander. Cover. Alexander able to kick out. I thought that was a lights out shot to Alexander, but the walking weapon digs down deep. Macklin disarmed Alexander and then teed off with a psycho.
Nah. Now all that leg heat's gone. It's all gone now, pal. Sorry, you ain't saving it. You ain't saving it. It's gone.
Alexander. Oh, jump through the table.
Wow, that bump looked rough. Holy shit.
With that torture rack bomb out of the ring. See Macklin landing incredibly.
Torture rack bomb out of the ring through a table. Honestly, the table kind of might have been what saved Macklin from being hurt too much. Broke his fall.
Trying to get Macklin back inside the ring. Alexander trying to get the victory in his disqualifications match. Macklin able to kick out. Oh, but straight into the ankle lock. All the damage has been done to the left leg. He's been obliterated. There cannot be anything left in Macklin. How is he still breathing, let alone continuing to fight here? Chains are bound for glory, but can Macklin endure? Caught up in the ankle lock. And oh, Alexander head first into the trash can. A desperation counter, but effective nonetheless. And now Macklin trying to get Alexander into the corner. Well, you know what Macklin's thinking about now? He's got him tied up. How in the hell is Macklin still pushing forward? Way to go for Josh Alexander. Alexander gets caught in the crosshairs. Here we go again, round 2, back to back. And third shot by Macklin in the midsection of Alexander. Oh, the tag. Are you kidding? What the? Macklin could have had Alexander beaten. Why? This is what I was talking about, the emotions, the frustration, the anger, the vitriol Macklin has here. I get it. He's pissed off. He wants to hurt Alexander, but he could have won the damn match. It looked like Alexander was out there.
That right there just said Alexander's or Macklin's losing. So now they just gave him his out. They just gave him his out right there. He had Alexander beat, and he chose not to take it.
Those are shell casings. Hundreds and hundreds.
All right, that's a first. Instead of thumbtacks, bullet shell casings.
But in taking that moment to set this up, to send that message, did he just lose his chance at everything? The Marine Corps veteran Steve Macklin was looking for poetic justice tonight against the walking weapon, but did his emotions cost him? Both men struggling to get back to their feet here. Both men dropping bombs deep into the matchup. Oh, okay. Oh my God, huge shots back and forth between Alexander and Macklin. Here at turning point.
Very true, but it also works with Macklin's character of being, a war veteran.
Still showing some fight. Really is. What the heck? Alexander's trying to set up for the C4 spike over the top into the bullet shells. You gotta be kidding me. There's no way. Oh,
But it's true that this is the right crowd to do it in front of.
Here's your winner, Steve. 2 years of frustration. 2 years of grinding, and finally, Steve Macklin has overcome his greatest obstacle in TNA, Josh Alexander. One of the damnedest fights I've ever seen between two of the toughest SOBs I've ever known.
So where does Macklin go from here?
Ladies and gentlemen, we invite you to watch the story of British perseverance. This is our final showing in match.
Okay, like right now, who's the next guy for him to feud with?
The fittest people on the planet. I definitely felt the target that was on my back. We did an absolute best in this community. I just thought.
We are still reeling from what we just saw here moments ago. A hellish, no disqualifications match. Steve Macklin finally puts down Josh.
Stop over me so I can play my weapon. Trust on back this with the weapon. Next time I can flow.
I see something like that where he basically kind of like comes to Eric Young and says, "Yeah, you were right. I want to start listening to you." But he still needs a villain. He still needs an obstacle. I could see them going for the tag titles. Maybe, I don't know. Put the belts on Hammerstone and Jake something.
TNA Wrestling. We send our love and support to Chris Bay.
Could flip him heel. That's always a possibility too. I don't know. I'm just thinking that if Hardy's dropped them to Hammerstone is something that would help elevate them. And then you have that story of that's who Eric Young and Macklin beat for him. But again, there's a lot of different directions you can go, man. That's what's great about stuff like this. It's like you have a lot of different choices you can go with. Yeah, or EY tormenting him until he snaps. You got that option to go with. But, serving, in the but the thing is that with Macklin's like real life history that's been established on camera, I really don't think there's a whole lot EY can do to make him crack unless like he really figured out how to get like really dig deep into his psyche. Entrance time. That means chicken time, pal. All right, and that's an interesting note from the announcers. The Hardy Boys have signed with TNA. They are officially, signed with the company. So good for them. Yeah, could break his sanity, pal. Junior, you ready to come in, buddy? You ready to come in, buddy? I'll be right there in 1 second. Dog wants in. Be right back, guys. Back, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, as Santino would say, hard boys. Yeah, it was. Before it was essentially a handshake deal. Now they're actually signed with them. If we're making entrances, let's go take a look on a little bit on that.
I don't know if you guys have seen social media or not, but unfortunately, Trey had some travel issues, so he can't be here tonight. I know it sucks, I know. But I went to the treehouse and I did some thinking. And the only person that came to mind is the shaman. So I called the shaman and he told us, fortunately for us, the bro is in the building. Bro.
Matt Riddle, pal, replacing Trey Miguel. All right, so the terms have not been disclosed, but the Hardy Boys have officially now re-signed with TNA. Like it's on paper, it's a done deal. As far as the terms, though, we don't know about that.
There's one person. What the hell's going on? What's going on? Oh, man. We got the original flow. We don't see the picture of genuine flows. I've seen sometimes you need to circle up with your best buddies, and that's what Zachary Wentz is able to do here.
And they're actually playing off the history of Riddle and MSK and NXT, which is kind of cool too. No, I don't think he will, man. Hopefully he doesn't. I mean, that possibility is always there, but I don't think it is. Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. I liked that. So not only that, you have a kayfabe connection that make sense. I don't think anybody does, pal. That was, oh shit, that was, oh, that was so bad.
A three-time TNA World Tag Team Champion as a part of the ABC, also a three-time X Division Champion. Zachary Wentz won tag team titles with TNA.
So yeah, this is kind of like basically a Chris Bay tribute match, which is, there's nothing wrong with that at all. I mean, the dude, like, from what happened to the dude, like, everything they're doing for him is fantastic, and I love it. It's good shit, pal. Oh, and she signed with them too? Good shit. Good shit. Yeah, I remember that. He was legit pissed, but you know what, though? If you really want to think about it, Jeff got very lucky that night that it was somebody who was as forgiving and as understanding as Sting was. Because kind of like, all right, I got to do what I need to do to end this thing and get through it, but I'm not going to be a dick to you while we're doing it. While some guys would have. Yeah, I remember the crowd chanting bullshit, and he's like, I agree. Yeah, he was a complete professional. Like, he basically just get Jeff into the pin, hold him down, and leave. Don't be a dick and take liberties or beat the shit out of him. Just get the match over with. Right, like if that was Brock or Scott Steiner, they would have beat the shit out of him. They would have beat the shit out of him. Sting being Sting, it's like, nope, end this, get out of the ring. We'll see how much that has an effect in this matchup. Everybody, I hope, had an absolutely fantastic day wherever you are, including everybody in this matchup. Let's see if the leftovers are left over here. Right to the face there by Wentz. Beautiful. Right in the corner. Hardy able to kick out. Wentz is looking stride. He only had the fruit salad yesterday. That's what I heard. Wentz, yeah. Different attack, right? You see this legal. That's the setup here by Wentz. Oh, trying to extend the elbow with Matt Hardy. Taking advantage, Kushida. Submission.
Hoverboard lock if he can get it. It's now. Thinking a low surfboard here.
It's been a good match so far. Good babyface match.
Hardy it'll get to back to vertical base. Reverse the pressure on Kushida here. And now Matt Hardy. Extra big there on Kushida from moments ago. Tag made. Here comes his brother Jeff. Hold on, elbow to elbow. Jeff Hardy tied up with the time splitter. Tag made. Ace Austin's legal. Now making quick tags for that side of the lane. Hardy's beautiful. And Kushida, the man who likes to break down the arms of his opponents, is absolutely obliterated here.
Which I can totally agree with, Russ. Well, that's not the first time that had happened with Jeff Hardy and him showing up not in no condition to perform. I'll never forget this. There was, I think it was Turning Point 2010. That was the match where he was defending the world title against Matt Morgan with Ken Anderson as a special guest referee. I remember reading reports of how Jeff showed up, how like he had disappeared all day, and then when people saw him, he was like in no condition, like he looked like he was fucked up, to the point where the creative team, again, you know who all was involved with that, the creative team, came up with a alternative main event, which is going to be a triple threat between Matt Morgan, Ken Anderson, and Jeff Jarrett. And then after people were telling Dixie you can't let Jeff, wrestle, the story came out that Dixie had talked to Jeff Hardy and said, "Oh no, he's good. He's just tired. He's just had, he's got jet lag. He's tired. He's good. He's not fucked up." And then I immediately remember the story that Vince Russo was told multiple times about how one time he saw Jeff Hardy at a TNA show. He looked fucked up. He didn't know for sure because he'd never, been in that state. So he asked D'Lo Brown, who was an agent at the time, "Hey, can you talk to Jeff? Just have a conversation with him. Let me know if you think he's fucked up." D'Lo Brown came back to Vince. He told him, "Yeah, Jeff's fucked up. He can't wrestle." So I would have to imagine as soon as D'Lo told Vince that, Vince got together with the creative team. They put together an alternative option. And then Vince went to Dixie. And Vince has said this. He went to Dixie and said, Jeff's too fucked up. He can't work tonight. And he has said, Dixie responded, "Let me go talk to him and chat with him myself." And then she came back and told Russo, "Oh no, he's good. He's just jet lagged. He's, tired." And then so I got to believe that's the same event that those two stories line right up. I agree with you, Gruss. Matt Morgan should have gotten it.
Exploder out of the corner there by Riddle in the center. It came right to the chest, and Riddle is on a roll. Riddle. Uh-oh. Oh, there's a knee right to the face. Could this be over? Cover. Oh, and it's broken up by Austin. Just in the nick of time, Ace Austin getting that shoulder up. Now the advantage goes to the...
Well, hello there, pal. What's up, Darkside? Good to see you, pal. Whoop, whoop. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Giggity, giggity. We're just watching a replay of Turning Point, pal.
Tags here. Smart move from Kushida. Wentz with the Riddle. Oh, trying to hyperextend the elbow there. Austin will protect himself for just a moment. But after
awesome, man. Good to hear it, pal. Whoop, whoop.
Look at that guillotine choke, but both men crack each other in the temple. Now both men looking for a tag here. And Kushida makes the tag to Wentz. In comes Jeff. Twist of fate. Oh, neither, but when it's nicely done, and it's made, in comes Kushida. Teamwork there. Once Kushida knocked the Benito.
We got some turning points here, pal. Oh, yeah, it is time for that Smoky Toki time. You know, we'll wait till after this match is over. I think it'd be appropriate to at least wait till this specific match is over before we have Smoky Toki time. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Please stick to the rivers and the lakes like you used to.
Once upon a time, but not tonight. What could have been, but now Riddle and Jeff Hardy going to war in a TNA ring. And now Matt Riddle take off on the charismatic and then oh, it's destroyer by Jeff Hardy. From the Great White North down to the deep south in North Carolina. The destroyer sends Riddle flying. And now Ace Austin climbing back up and into the ring. Kushida's in a bad way here.
Yeah, dude, for real. Like, you should have people, like, passing out joints to the crowd. Wait, actually, never mind. I don't think the state they're in is legal. Never mind, my bad. Yeah, that kind of was a bit of a turning point. Like, that was the first person to kind of really jump from WWE to TNA. Well, you knew that was the team that was going to win. There's going to be a crowd-pleasing babyface match with the Hardys and Ace going over because, you know, it's Carolina, and you got Ace Austin with the whole thing and his tag team partner, you know, being hurt. I think they're building something big to Genesis. They're talking about it like a new beginning, things coming to an end.
Genesis tonight is the rematch for Bound for Glory as Masha Slamovich defends against the juggernaut Jordan Grace.
Yeah, that'd be nice, but that he did kind of come back to TNA a little bit for a few years ago, but that didn't really end all that well. But yeah, him bringing that character over here would be fucking awesome. All right, while we're doing entrances, it's Smoky Toki time. Whoop whoop. Yes, he was. And you remember who he beat for it? Kenny Omega on Rampage. And then he drops it to Josh Alexander at Bound for Glory 2021. But then that same night, dropped it to Moose, who's cashing in his calling his shot, title shot.
I think they rattled at Bound for Glory. What has changed?
The following is a 2 out of 3 falls match, and it is for the TNA Knockouts World Championship. Introducing first, the challenger from Austin, Texas. She is the juggernaut, Jordan Gray. Her opponent from Moscow, Russia. She is the reigning and defending TNA Knockouts World Champion, Masha Slamovich.
Slamovich clearly has plenty of confidence coming into this matchup. Has already defended the championship once, as we saw recently on TNA Impact. Turned away Alicia Edwards in a no disqualifications match to hold on to her championship and ensure that this rematch would happen.
Well, for so long, for Masha Slamovich in particular, the question lingered in the back of her mind while Jordan Gray's the champion, as it does in all knockouts, but especially considering how close these two have been over the last 2 years. Her question was always, can I beat Jordan? Someone who's her friend and her colleague.
Oh yeah, that was crazy, dude.
And she answered that question at Bound for Glory, so she has endless confidence going into this.
Go back and look that up.
Steve Macklin finally overcoming Josh Alexander after 2 years of running up against that ceiling, so to speak. Slamovich has had similar frustrations. Bound for Glory 2022. Slamovich and Grace put on a near match of the year in this company that night, but Grace turned away Slamovich, and then it took a little while for Masha Slamovich to find herself once again, ripping off this year 3 Knockouts World Tag Team title wins.
Everything happens for a reason, some say, and maybe all of that did happen for this reason, for Masha Slamovich. It all culminated at Bound for Glory. But Grace is made. Was it just one good night? Everybody has their night. Jordan Grace, we're going to find out definitively here with 2 out of 3 falls as the stipulation.
You have so much experience and just got every match like imaginable. How would you be able to pace in a 2 out of 3 falls match?
You have to be very careful. You got to start slow. That's exactly what they're doing. It's grappling, it's feeling out process, despite how well these two know each other. Because you can't make any big mistakes early. Because then it's very easy to take advantage and go up 2 falls very quickly. So you have to be very calculated here and not take too many unnecessary risks.
Both went for the spinning back fist. Charges in the corner. The sudden impact. Oh, from Jordan Grace. And killing him. Here's the cover of the spinebuster and kick him.
And for Jordan Grace, the strategy might be the opposite. You strike hard, you strike fast with all the power that Jordan Grace has, and try and hope that's enough to put her down 2 falls in a row.
Great agility there by Slamovich. Went for the kick. Now trying to set up Grace. Oh, thrown first into the top rope, and that was creative. Oh, right to the face there. Slamovich on the move.
Yeah, so I went back and looked that up. There's apparently an angle that was done, like where Moose got his title shot against Omega during an AEW show. Turn a fan off, pal. Whoop, whoop.
That early, better hope it pays off, because if it doesn't, very long, hard fight. And talk about taking a risk.
It's chicken time, pal.
Doing some damage and maybe getting ahead of the Knockouts World Champion at the same time.
What a countermeasure there by the challenger tonight at Turning Point. And the referee, Daniel Spencer.
To the point of the earlier saying, the decision has to happen here. Jordan Grace now has to use all this energy just to put her opponent back in the ring.
Again, no falls have been scored yet in this 2 out of 3 falls matchup. Slamovich wisely rolls to the outside of the ring, putting space between herself and Jordan Grace.
That's why that pile driver was a calculated risk, but a risk nonetheless. It dropped the lifeless body of Slamovich to the floor, and now we had all this time. Slamovich can find her feet.
Man, at least they're trying to get as much of that pile driver on the apron as possible, but still, it's a pile driver on the apron. That shit's a stretcher job, pal. So much of this chicken just gets stuck in your teeth, pal. Like, this is completely shits on the pile driver as a move. Like, you're hitting pile drivers on fucking concrete. And there ain't a stretcher. Not only is there not a stretcher, we're continuing the match.
Slamovich rolls back inside. Count of 6, races to the count of 10 to get back inside. The count out could be the first fall for Slamovich. Count of 8, and Slamovich elects to break the count. Does not want to allow falls to be scored that way.
The whole theme of this matchup, we said, is a definitive finish to all of this. Masha wants to step in.
Cover, hook to the leg, trying to score that fall, and Jordan Grace is still alive. And listen, say what you will about the tactics there by Slamovich. I admire it.
Dude, that roster is way too full. I agree with you. That roster is way too full. They got no room.
That's all I'm saying.
If Grace does get signed, her best bet would be to hang out in NXT for a year or two and wait for a spot to open up. In my opinion, at least. Like, she'd get lost. I think she'd get lost in the shuffle at the current moment.
With a pretty firm advantage once again.
True, that's a problem too.
Now these clubbing blows raining across the sternum for the knockout world champ.
Although I think she'd have a better chance of standing out in NXT as opposed to the main roster. Because even among like the big time heavyweight China-esque women they got in NXT right now, Jordan would still stand out and be unique, in my opinion.
Hold on, Grace, get my cover. No, hold on. Still alive. Shoulders down, Grace. Now Slamovich back and forth, these two.
So gotta get here.
Cover. One counts. Grace sets up Slamovich. Grace is top one.
Get me Saturday night, pal.
Jordan Grace is up 1-0 in this 2 out of 3 falls match.
And you have to wonder, all that confidence that we saw Masha Slamovich walk into this matchup with, is it starting to crack? Is the shell starting to break for the champion?
Against her greatest rival. Meanwhile, Jordan Grace is 1 fall away from capturing her 4th Knockout Stall Championship. Slamovich was a foot to the gas panel, broke right to the face, and the champion knows what's at stake.
Right, I like the psychology. As soon as the first fall is, Jordan Grace wins the first fall, Masha positions herself into like where she can kind of get back on the advantage and she becomes extremely aggressive. It's like trying to get that falling tied up as quickly as possible. Like, I like that psychology and storytelling.
Bulldogs folded back behind the body of Grace there. Almost a version of a straitjacket.
Agreed. Between the two, I think Grace would do better on Raw. That's good, man. Good for them. Hopefully it gets a lot of views. Because it seems like because there's so much time between now and the Royal Rumble, it's like, all right, we got Saturday night's main event, and we also got the Raw debut on Netflix that we can build and stack too. It's kind of like, you know, their own is like kind of like, you know, some appetizers on the way to the main course. Crap on a crab cracker, pal. That's Colin Y song. Whoop whoop. Good to see you, pal. How you doing? Giggity giggity. Twilight Zone Marathon on Pluto TV. Nice. Very cool, dude. Hope you're getting some good episodes.
Electric chair set up here by Jordan Grace. Oh, Slamovich! Oh, the double stop! Right back in the cover! Oh, and nearly had herself a fall. Look at Slamovich immediately into the sleeper here. What a flurry from the champ. Sleeper now by Slamovich. This is what Jordan Grace was trying to avoid moments ago. Jordan Grace, her face is going snow white. Still moving though.
Yeah, that definitely does seem like a gam. Like, I know I hear the you know, you always hear the comparisons between Triple H and Vince McMahon, but I think like where there are places where I think Triple H is definitely better than Vince McMahon. And he's a little bit more forward thinking in thought.
So very close though. Grace almost had this one. Get the rights 2-0.
Get me those sparkly vampires, pal.
Guillotine here by Slamovich. What's Grace gonna do? Chained it right up in Tornado DDT. Grace is in a bad way. Hold on, is Grace out? There's two. If it falls a third time. Oh, wait a minute. Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace is still in it.
Hashtag Team Jacob, pal.
World's strongest slam.
Dude, I had a friend who worked at the movie theaters when the Twilight movies came out. Dude, he I remember one thing he specifically told me was now that had been funny though. I remember one time he told me that all the guys that were there were either gay or drugged there, or pissed off dudes drugged there by their girlfriends. You got Rosemary making an appearance. No. No.
It's all about the Knockouts World title. Oh, huge back fist. Slamovich gets that kick to connect. Slap shoulders in to hold on to the title.
Dear God, no.
Grace rolling through. Was maybe thinking crowd. Wait. Recover on a kick right to the head, and now Slamovich, the big knee strike right to the face. With a swing to sit out power bomb. Now Slamovich, the package pile driver. Is there a cover? Slamovich puts Jordan Grace behind him.
All right, well, to finish with this and the fact that you got Rosemary lurking in the shadows, I really believe Jordan Grace is on her way to NXT. I mean, this was a pretty decisive. I mean, the way this was set up and structured and booked, and yeah, this was a very decisive. Masha was very clearly the better competitor.
We are moments away from the TNA World Championship match in our main event, but let's look ahead to this coming Thursday night on TNA Impact on Access TV and TNA Plus. The TNA.
That's my opinion, at least.
The hardest we saw victorious earlier on tonight will be action this Thursday.
I do remember that, Gruss. In fact, I was actually I don't know if you ever played any of the World of Warcraft at all. I was at a GameStop for the midnight release of the Lich King expansion, or Wrath of the Lich King expansion. Oh man, I don't remember. All I remember is that it was a Warenberg.
Championship. At turning point, I go to defeat Nick Nevis. Become your new world champion.
What the college is never just Eddie Edwards. It will be the entire system.
Yeah, that sucks, man. Like that. Oh, that sucks. Like there will never ever be an experience like that again.
Right now, let's take a look at the tail of the tape. Two of the more decorated stars in TNA wrestling today. Eddie Edwards came Nick Nevis 3 weeks ago in a tag team match.
All right, so it's like it's time for our main event. Nick Nemeth, not Joe Henry. What am I tripping on? Eddie Edwards. Whoop whoop.
Eddie Edwards, with his rider's eyes, the first lady in the system by his side, in what could be yet another crowning moment in the long tenure and storied career of Eddie Edwards in TNA wrestling. Eddie Edwards, a two-time world champion, a former GMC heavyweight champion of pro wrestling, the first active pro wrestling known as heavyweight title, former Ring of Honor world champion, 7 times.
Yeah, I know, man. That's crazy.
Tonight, he could add to that already impressive legacy.
No, I kind of like how they've built and written and built and booked the system. They came out of the gate hard and strong, and then when you thought they lost everything, they came right. They kept coming back, and then when you found, they got the tag team titles back, and they lost those. You thought, all right, you thought that was the end for them. And Moose came back on the X Division title. And it's like, well, shit, can you keep these guys down?
He is at the top of his game. With back in rebellion that Nick Nevis will change by Bruce under controversy, the TNA World Championship match. Following that, a big fucking
In a weird way, that kind of booking and writing for the system would make it very easy to turn them babyface down the line. Very easy. You've established them as guys who, don't stay down, and every time they get knocked down, they come back up and keep fighting. Like, that's a very babyface trait.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main championship. Introducing first.
Lish working hard tonight, pal.
We're weighing in at 243 pounds.
Can't hold down the system, pal.
Eddie Edwards. His opponents.
But if you're looking at the, yeah, he's definitely their biggest draw. He's gotten them more attention than pretty much anything.
Again, Nick Nevis, intending to live up to that fighting champion moniker, gets right in the face of his opponent, Eddie Edwards.
Right. If anything, that should tell you the state of AEW. In fact, they're bringing in a TikTok star and he's eclipsing them in views is like, all right, that's the end of part 2. So let's go to part 3. Whoop, whoop.
Showing a lot of disrespect to the multi-time champion Lee Evans. Considering the way that the system have conducted themselves in 2024, are you even remotely surprised? I mean, I'm not surprised at the stupidity of people. If that's what you're asking me, absolutely not. After all, I work with you. However, it still doesn't make it any less disgusting. But one thing, look, I don't want to delve into.
Yeah, for sure, man. Which is a problem that needs to get addressed. No, not even close, man. Not even close, dude. I'm nowhere near that. Whoop to the whoop whoop. Yeah, pal. In the immortal words of Willy Wonka, the Gene Wilder version, strike that, reverse it. I want to see Black Taurus back, pal. Not this nonsensical Beast Mordo shit they're doing. Speaking of gay, I'm gonna put some chicken in my mouth. I'm hungry. Whoop whoop. Damn, that's some good chicken, pal. Raising Cane's, whoop whoop. And he's bald, pal, but the vet's a better baldy toe. They're legends, pal.
She's a genius. I wish Edwards saw somebody at the time who also could take advantage of, allow Masha's language to be a wrecking ball to win most of their matches for them. Well, with the first piece of TNA Golden, Edwards got to win it down.
Oh, dude, they nailed it perfect tonight. It was hot, fresh, just a little bit on the well done side. Oh man, that was so good.
Very dominant position. Very deliberate. Everything he's doing here hits the one hand. Oh, and again, chest first into the top turnbuckle. Whoa! Beautiful drop kick there, and the running man needed that. Bought him some space, bought him some breathing room. What do they say? Ray Lucky here.
Give me a system failure, pal. Like, dude,
These people don't know talent when they see it.
you know what? I got to give the entire system credit. Like, everybody involved, like, they've gotten that gimmick over. They've gotten that gimmick over. Oh, dude, that's a delicious one too, man. Oh, dude. Problem is, it's so expensive, you can't really afford it until you get the coupons in the mail.
See out here on the floor. These guys have been careful though. Title don't change hands out here. Oh, for a super kick to Edwards and accidentally got the timekeeper. And that momentary shock and awe distracted Nemeth enough for Edwards to take advantage. But now a referee, Paige Prinzavali, trying to check on Nemeth and Edwards in this chaos at ringside, trying to get the match back inside the ring. Edwards and Nemeth fighting up the entranceway. They're in WrestleCade. Eddie Edwards now feeling very confident. Oh, down! Tracks down Eddie Edwards. He has that turn for a minute too long there, did it? Going up to the top turnbuckle. Nick Nemeth has got Edwards down. Great opportunity. And go for the final shot to the heart off the top. Oh, what a kick out by Edwards. It may have been a shot to the heart, but Eddie Edwards.
Jollibee's nice.
In this matchup.
I want to see if there's anything nearby me. Let me check.
Alicia once again trying to slow up Nick Nemeth. Was going for the super kick. Oh my God! What backbreaker? Nasty backbreaker from Eddie Edwards. But enough to open up the advantage to Eddie again. Eddie Edwards is on the attack. Edwards in full control again, and Palmer in a kick out. But now if you're Eddie Edwards, you got to be careful. Obviously, the crowd here.
Nope, nothing nearby me.
He's got to keep it as cool, calm, and collected as he can. Find the pressure. The one and man here. Control whatever light is left to pin.
Golden Chick. I'll go look them up real quick.
What a matchup this has been. We are sold out in Winston-Salem, North Carolina at WrestleCade. Nick Nemeth and Eddie Edwards pushing each other to the limit for the TNA World Championship at Turning Point. Both men fight with everything they got. Nemeth living up to that fighting champion.
Nothing nearby me.
But will he pay for it tonight?
Oh, Filipino fried chicken. Dude, that sounds delicious, man. That sounds so good.
Center of the ring. Oh, big kick on Nemeth. And again, Alicia Edwards trying to slow Nick Nemeth.
That one time I got to wrestle in Mexico, the cartel who was basically, you know, hiring us to wrestle for their promotion, they treated us to like Mexican fried chicken, like a Mexican fried chicken place. Oh shit, that food was so good. Damn, that was some delicious ass fried chicken. No, don't get rid of Lish. What the fuck? Come back.
Off of the ropes, trying to push the pace. Trying to make raining down these shots. This relentless here. Takes out the name and set up the.
You always hear us like whining, complaining about, oh, cultural appropriation, cultural appropriation. It's like, no, it's not cultural appropriation. It's cultural blending. It's like two cultures figuring ways to like mix things together and create something new, unique, and amazing. That's how we got Korean tacos, pal. But no, you got these people who want to feel like, oh, I got to be superior and be like, oh, no, this is bad. And I got a virtue signal and be like, I'm better than everybody.
So incredibly close. Nemeth still has a little bit left in the tank, but how much? After offense like that.
All right, so anyway, so in the main event, good main event. This has felt more like a house show than like a PLE.
How much more of this can Nick Nemeth take, however? That is the question, because Eddie Edwards is standing tall right now. Strong and firm. Nasty knife edge chops. And trying to withstand and trying to fight for his pain.
Dude, like I'd love to try that, man. Like that sounds so tasty.
He's doing what she has to. Alicia Edwards was ejected from ringside.
All right, that's kind of a problem. Like, okay, like what consequences are going to happen? Here's the problem this creates. What consequences are going to happen for Alicia and Eddie? For Alicia coming back to ringside after being ejected. Like, that's something that needs to be addressed, in my opinion. That's just me. Yeah, agreed. Like this was a bad. Yeah, they did this pretty bad. I actually have been to Texas, Gruss, and trust me, I went from, let's see, where did I go from? See, I drove from St. Louis to Austin. Or Dallas to Austin, and then Dallas to Hidalgo to Mexico, and then Dallas west into New Mexico, into Albuquerque. So I'm pretty sure I missed like the whole southeast part.
Now, sitting outside, same for Nick Nemeth. What a battle this has been for the TNA World Championship.
And a good chunk of the west, too. Brian Myers comes out in the damn turkey suit, pal. Yeah, there's, I remember, oh no, that was Albuquerque. We got Bradshaw, too, here, pal. Yeah, I could definitely see Texas being like the ultimate, like, cultural, like, where everybody comes together, because like that place seems to be like that's where everybody wants to chill. I'm not sure what JBL's mission is, but I believe a big part of it is protecting Nick Nemeth, because we've seen JBL attack baby faces and heels in order to defend Nemeth from, you know, the numbers game.
once again, the instrument of John Layfield makes his presence known. I think it's about time we got an explanation of what is really going on with Nick Pickett and John Layfield. But nonetheless, congratulations to Nick Pickett. Still your teammate world champion.
All right, and that is it for Turning Point, y'all. That's a pretty fun. That was actually kind of a fun show, outside of the less than ideal production that we got, but I thought it was a decent show. See, that's it that is it for us tonight, guys. Oh, dude, knowing me, I'll gain 60, pal. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, guys, so tomorrow night, make sure to check out the Monday Locker Room. And then, of course, the Impact Attack. We'll be talking about Turning Point, TNA, Impact, as well as punching up 2 weeks of TNA content. And, of course, what we got Tuesday. We Like It Raw. HMG After Dark Tuesday night, and then we'll renounce everything else for the rest of the week on Impact Attack. Much love to you guys. Have a great rest of your night. Have a great rest of your weekend. We'll see you tomorrow. Giggity, giggity, whoop, whoop. Yeah, pal.